Hello and welcome. Well, this is it. We're putting it together. We're going to get this thing running. I'm going to be shooting 2 videos at once. I'm waiting on parts, so you may see some drawers appear in here during this video. The drawers will be probably a fairly short video, but it'll be a standalone video. This one will probably be published first. But this one is the video where we get it running. So here we go. Let's get started. I think this weighs more than I do. Well, I think I'm going to have to rig up some something overhead to help me lift that up. Okay, that's just sketchy. Okay. My dad always said anything worth doing is worth doing right. And he was right. Well, I'm having a hard time remembering how this thing came apart. It's looking good. I hope the screw holes are lining up. Oh good, I can still move that. Couldn't remember if that was a snug fit or not. Well, I'm going to put that in there backwards. Yeah, put that in there backwards. Pulley sits on that ledge right there. I can't get the pulley in there. The bearing in the bottom has to go in last. Crap. I seriously cannot believe I had a piece of pipe the right diameter for that. Of course, it's not long enough. Maybe I got one longer. That's amazing. Now the top bearing has to go in first. Boy, that's an excellent fit. Everything on this thing is quality. Excellent fit. Yeah, this is coming back to me now. The spacer has to go in here. It's right together when you do it right. Amazing. Yeah, this is a very unstable setup, but maybe it'll work. Pressing the outer race in. This is the quill next to the chuck, bearing next to the chuck. Ah, perfect. This one here works a little different. It's got a screw that spreads it out. Again, left-hand threads, which is opposite of what it should be. Doesn't make sense, but it works. Well, this thing's looking good. Next step is to put these little rollers in. There's a chain that hooks up to this, and there's a roller right here that it helps. It's a quill return, and there's a weight inside this column, a really heavy weight. And this just slides in there. It's like that. And the other one goes right back here. But it's got a problem. There's the original. And that little roller is worn out too. So I'm going to make a new roller there. I've already got a shaft. So that's what we're going to do right now. Forgot to ream that, doggone it. This little pulley's a little off center, a little crude, but the gap in there that it sits in is about twice the width of this pulley, so it's kind of self-centering, so it doesn't matter. I may have to peen the end of this rod to get it to stay in there. Well, this here is going to be kind of tricky. That's a little pin right there. And I'm not sure I could get this off to get that pin back. If I take that cotter pin off, that pin just drops down. But I got to take the cotter pin off and put a pin through that. That worked out good. I'm putting a little socket head, I think number 8 screw in there. It's stronger than a cotter key, and the original had the what looked like a chain link in it, and I had to grind it off. It would really be difficult to put back in and make it strong. I'll put some Loctite on that. That'll hold good. And this one, I'll do the same thing with, and that's what the, I don't know if you can see that. This one here connects to the counterweight. And this is an interesting mechanism right here. This right here, this makes more quill return. And if you move it this way, it makes this section here easier to lift up. It's pulling up from here, so if you move it back, it makes this easier to lift up. If you move it forward, it makes the quill return stronger. Pretty well thought out drill press. So now I got to put the weight in there. What about this weight? You know what? I can't get the weight in there. I've got to take the drill press head off to get the weight in there. I was thinking I could drop it in from the top, but I can't. Wow. No big deal. That's why it pays to do things the right way with the chain hoist. Yeah, boy. Well, guess what? I left a hole in the bottom of that table. I think I can pull this weight up right through the bottom of the table. We're going to find out. There's a few obstructions in there, but it looks like it's big enough to pull it up through. Wow, that is heavy. That is supporting the weight from the bottom. There we go. I got the new pulley broached, put a keyway in it. Got a friend at a machine shop did it for me. I've done it on the mill before, didn't feel like messing with it. Kind of time consuming. And I almost bought a broach kit, probably should have. Doesn't really matter. I don't know, does that look better? Doesn't really matter. Well, that looks good, except I forgot to put the drive belt on, so I got to take off this side bracket here. Not a big ordeal. Wow, it's locked together pretty good though. Good fit. Well, as soon as I fix that motor bounce, it'll be a smooth running machine. working pretty good right now. These idlers up here, if you move one side up, it affects the tracking this way, but if you move them up this way, it affects where they track on this pulley. If you move them up parallel, it'll move the belt up on here, which makes sense. I just had to think about it a while. So it's working pretty good now, but I'm going to try to get rid of this motor bounce. And it's a brand new belt. And both larger pulleys did it. Both the new zinc pulley and this old antique pulley I got. I really like the looks of that pulley. So I'm going to change this pulley. I got one that's a little bit smaller. I think this one's 2-inch and this is 2.5. I didn't really want to slow it down anymore. Not all bad, but just see what it does. Well, that'll be considerably slower. Let's see what it does. If it gets rid of the motor bounce and it's too slow, I'll get a new, bigger pulley. Isn't that something? I guess I'm going to have to figure out a way to solidify that somehow. I like it. Next week it'll have drawers in it. Well, that about wraps it up for today. I'm really pleased with the way it came out. Join me next. Wait a minute, we're not done yet. Got one very cool step we got to do. Forgot to put these really cool brass nameplates on. Heck yeah, that adds a lot. I like it. Got one more cool plate to put on there. Okay, now that about wraps it up for today. I'm really pleased with the way it came out. Next week we'll put a power switch on it. We'll fix this strange motor bounce. And we'll put some drawers in it. I'm really looking forward to that. I got a pretty good idea how to put the drawers in. It'll make it a lot easier. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Be sure and subscribe and ring that bell.